Welcome. My name is Melinda Hart. You are watching Stamping with Hart. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and you can find more information about me and the projects that I make on my blog at www.stampingwithhart.blogspot.com. So welcome in. This is my Christmas in July preview, and I'm so excited about it. I hope you are too. I am unapologetically very enthusiastic about Christmas in July. It is sort of a tradition in my family that we watch Christmas in July on Home Shopping, and we just kind of get into the spirit of it. And if you guys don't already know, my son Connor, he loves Christmas like year round. We sing the songs all the time. We keep his Christmas jammies out. I have decorations that I put in a closet in storage, and it has all of like the gingerbread houses and everything. And every time we do laundry, he gets them out. So he's definitely mine, and he is definitely a Christmas in July kid too. So, and let me know if you guys like Christmas in July. I would love to hear. This weekend, they're actually doing the shows, and I was very inspired making this card, and I got my new goodies finally. So we're gonna go through everything. I am going to be talking about window wishes, and there's a few reasons why I'm going to be talking about window wishes today. So this is the card that we're going to make. We're going to make just one card tonight, and I'm going to go through some new products if you guys want to hang around and see that. This is the card project. Nice and simple, fun fold, just to kind of show off window wishes with the new Gingham Cottage paper. How fabulous is this paper? You may have seen some sneak peeks of it, and it is going to be, it's going to be a must-have year-round, honestly. It's for more than just the holidays, I promise you, but it's going to cover just about every season you can think of. And I'm going to show you all the papers in a minute. I was hoping to get my chart done, but I didn't make it in time. I did get my die chart done, which I was at least happy about that. These are called the window dies, and this is the Window Wishes stamp set. So, you know, you could purchase things as a bundle, okay? So you would get the dies and the stamps, or you can purchase things individually. Like, you don't need to purchase everything at once. But when you do a bundle purchase, you save 10%. Now, these are in the catalog that are going to come out on July 1st. And if you guys need a catalog, if you don't already have a demonstrator, don't be shy. Reach out to me, direct message me. I'd be happy to send you a catalog. Demonstrators can't open the catalog until July 1st. So I have to kind of show you the samples, and we have to wait to open the catalog on July 1st. So this is a sneak preview to one of the cards that is going to be in the paper share. I've been getting a lot of questions about what a card kit looks like from me. So Window Wishes is one of the bundles that I am going to be using for the paper share card class. And those are exclusive cards and classes and instructions. So I don't show them all publicly typically, but I wanted to show you what one card would look like. So for those of you who've already got the paper share, this is going to be one of the cards. I might tweak it a little bit so that it's still original from how you're seeing it today, but this is basically one of the sets that we're going to be working with, and I'll go into why. Now, if you are interested in information on my paper share, you can direct message me. I can send you a link for information. I also have a link posted on my blog and on my Facebook page. It's not a link to pay. It's just a sign up sheet to let me know that you're interested. But the last day to sign up for it is June 29th. You would get 12 paper packs in a 6x6 size. You can see the papers on page 82 in the catalog if you have it. And in addition to that, you're going to get 4 card kits, a pre-recorded video class, and a PDF instruction sheet of how to make all the cards from me. But I am going to make this card with you guys together on the live tonight. There are add-on options if you're interested. I have a Christmas add-on, a harvest add-on, and a Halloween add-on, but of course not necessary. If you just want to do the paper share, you can do that. If you want to do an add-on in addition to the paper share, those are options for you too. So I'm going to go ahead and move into the next part, but let me show you what a card kit would look like. So Stampin' Up! Demonstrators can pre-cut cards, and we can do die cutting for you. We aren't able to do any stamping. And you should do the stamping anyway because that's part of the fun, of course. But when you get a card kit, the pieces are cut for you. So you would get the card base already cut, okay? You would get your designer series paper already cut. Now, remember, you guys are gonna, with the paper share, you're gonna have the designer series paper, okay, that you can cut down. But typically, card kits will have the die cut DSP or the pre-cut designer series paper. All right, so all you basically have to do is assemble your card. And it looks like I'm missing a piece, which makes sense, but there is a black layer that goes behind this one. I know I'll find it as soon as the live is over, right? But you guys get the gist. So within a card kit, if you've never purchased a card kit with me before, this is what it would look like. And these pieces would be cut for you. So the window piece is cut, the frame, and you could just do the frame, the inner piece is going to be pre-cut for you. Okay. And then I have this like foliage. So we would call this garland, right? I think the technical word is garland. We have this garland, we have this wreath, and we have this bow. And then this piece goes on the inside, okay? And we would line this piece up with the outside rectangle, and you could write, your little note or your sentiment on the inside of your card. And you, of course, would get an envelope. So I'm using basic white here, so it would be the medium white envelope that I would be using. So if you want to, recreate this at home, it's going to fit. But these are the pieces. I just have that one rectangle missing. I'm sure I'll find it before the end of the live. But that is basically what a card kit looks like. And then in terms of the stamp set, whenever you get card kits, it's totally up to you what stamp set you want to use. You don't have to use window wishes, but it's kind of my job to show you all the new fun goodies, right? So I am going to use the coordinating set that goes with this. But you might say, well, I don't have this garland stamp. Can I still use this? And the answer is yes. I actually have a video from Grassy Grove. It was Grassy Grove where I took a tree stamp, and you could use any foliage stamp that you want. And just to get the texture, I just stamped it right over the die cut to create that pattern. So if you have any tree stamp at all, you could just stamp it right over this. Is it easier to have the coordinating stamp? Yes. Do you need it? No, because these are independent pieces. And you could leave it just like this and just put a couple of, pearls or sequins or something like that on it, and you would be all good to go. So the great thing about the card kit is that it has all of the pieces done that you wouldn't need to have a window stamp. You can use the pre-cut pieces. But if you have any questions at all about that, you can let me know in the comments. So I will be featuring window wishes. I will be using this stamp set tonight. But if you got that card kit as part of my paper share, you could use whatever set you want, and you could always purchase this if you want. Totally up to you. So just let me know if you have any questions about that. But I did want to kind of show this off for a minute because it's so incredible. Now, here's why I chose this set. This is what I wanted to kick the season off with because, in my opinion, in the new upcoming mini catalog, I felt this one covered just about every holiday occasion that you possibly could. You could make a window card, an everyday theme card. You could do it for any season or holiday. You can interchange the scenes in the window with whatever scene stamps you have. So if you have Mountain Air, if you have Beauty of Friendship, and those are both nature sets if you're not familiar with the names, how beautiful would they be in the window scene, right? And you could color it for any season that you want. So when I purchase things, like personally, I am always looking for very versatile sets. I am looking for sets that are going to last and last and last, and things that I can use in combination with other sets or other bundles. And I promise you, I am going to be using this all season long. So I'm kicking it off tonight. This was my first Christmas card that I made of the year. This is my first Christmas card of 2022, and I love it so much. But yeah, window wishes can be, in my opinion, for anything. And when I show you the gingham paper, the gingham paper could be for many different occasions. I actually just used it on one of my alternate paper pumpkin cards. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. So this paper right here, the green, that's the gingham paper. So, you know, I mean, you can use it for summer, you could use it for fall, you could use it for Christmas. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so anyway, this is the bundle. Now, I did want to include this one part here so you can see the majority of the dies, they cut out. This rectangle panel actually cuts out from this window, but I kept it because you can, you know, use this in any of your projects. So you'll definitely save that piece. And then there are two pieces that do not cut out, they cut in. And that is so that you can kind of create these kind of like snowy scenes where in the window you can kind of see them sloping from side to side. And I wish I could show you inside the catalog their sample, but I can't. So if you want to go to the catalog and look, you'll see what I'm talking about. But all right, let's go ahead and put together our card. So let's do the assembly stuff, you know, first, and then when it comes to the stamping, we'll do our stamping second on those extra pieces. And I might just cut another piece of basic black because I want the card to be right. But honestly, we could live without it, but I do want to include it. So let me just cut out that piece. So with a fun fold piece like this, when you're cutting this out, you cut your card base to 4 1/4 by 11, and then you trim 2 3/4 off of one of the edges, and that becomes the front panel. And that's just what I'm going to recut. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. You know, it's under something. And I cleaned up my space today too. I got very excited about all my new stuff, and I was like, I'm going to have a nice clean craft room. And then of course, you know what I did. Okay, so we're going to do 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. All right, and then this is a very tight fit. So this is a very, very narrow, this is 1/16 of an inch smaller. So it's going to be tight fit. But I love the thin frame. You don't have to include it, but the reason that I made it this size was because the frame on the window is really close to the edges. So it frames in nice and close. You could adjust this, you know, of course you could trim a little bit more off of your card if you wanted to, totally up to you. But I decided to kind of keep with that sizing. All right, let's go ahead and put this together. Let me know in the comments if you guys have these sets yet. I would love to know, or if it's on your list. I know everybody's sort of making their wish lists now. And let me show you this two-sided thing. So with my card, I decided to do one side like this with the larger square pattern, and then the other side, so it's the same sheet, but the reverse side has the smaller pattern. The smaller gingham pattern. So I thought that was a great combo. But if you would want to do it all the same pattern, this is what it would look like. So still fabulous. And I'll flip this over if you want to see what it would look like all the other way. Okay, so if you like to keep that consistent, that's what that would look like. All right, and then I'm just going to start gluing this down. And I'll go back through the comments in just a moment. Okay, so I'm just going to line this up. This one has little bit more of a border. Just going to slide that over a little. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do our inside panel. I always have to make a mental note that I put the glue on the right side. Not that it would be the end of the world, but you know what I mean. Okay, here we go. I mean, isn't that cute? All right, and so I always do the inside rectangle very last. So I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up on that now. Now, of course, if you would wanna create a scene behind your window, you would do that on this panel before you would start gluing everything down. But I'm gonna keep it simple. We're not actually gonna stamp a scene. We're just gonna keep this nice, bright white window. And this one, I'm gonna kind of walk it in because it's so tight. So I'm just gonna kind of slide it into place. And I'm just eyeballing it. I should probably have my scrap paper down so you guys can see this better. Here. Can you see that? It's like a real thin edge right there. I had some frayed paper. I don't know. I must have been pressing too hard. That's a new blade on my trimmer. Okay, so let me go ahead and now if you want to put your window together before you set this piece down, I think that's fine. We can do that. So I'm just going to go around, and you guys know I am always shouting out the adhesive sheets. I think the adhesive sheets would be perfect for a project like this. You create a bunch of die cut stickers and you just pop them all on together and you're done. You don't even have to worry about glue, at least for the window. Okay. And then you can see, like, I just kind of center it here in the rectangle. And I mean, even that without the framing looks great, especially if you want to do like a really pretty winter scene or a fall scene with a fall tree. Oh my goodness. And then you have more of the space to see, but I love the frame. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna put some here. I personally like scene stamps. I just really do. I like things that kind of create like a feeling when you see it. And of course, a window scene with a wreath is like idyllic or iconic scene. So definitely like those. Just personally, I go for those. I think I've told you guys, if there's like a foliage stamp, I pretty much buy it. If you know, trees, wreaths, I pretty much get it. Now this fits really, this nests very close into the outer frame. So all I'm doing is kind of locking it in down at the bottom there and then just setting it inside. And it's such a nice fit, nice tight fit. Okay, and there is our window. All right. And all we're gonna do is put glue on the top part of this rectangle. We don't want it on the bottom because we don't want it to stick to the bottom here. So I'm just gonna line that up. And what I did was I ended up kind of like following the gingham line down here just to try to make sure that I was straight. I think I'm straight. That might be a little crooked. Let's see how that looks. I think that looks good, right? Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so we're just gonna let that dry for a minute. And while we're letting that dry, we can start doing our stamping because that's coming together nicely. All right, so I am gonna use the coordinating stamps. Now the cardstock that I chose for my greenery is Mossy Meadow. So I'm gonna use the same color. Hi, Kathy, how are you? All right, so let me just go back. Hi, Jocelyn. Hi, Tracy. Hey everybody. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through with my Mossy Meadow. I think I told you guys my big ink pad is messed up, so I've been using my ink spot, but I need to re-ink it. And I need to buy a new full size guy. But I'm just going through here and I'm just inking this. This is a larger stamp, so this would be an ideal stamp for the Stamparatus, especially if you're making a bunch of them. And then I'm just going to line this up and stamp. Might not be perfect. Let's see how I do. It's so hard to do the lineups when my camera is like where my head is. It's right, very close together. Okay. Isn't that cute? Okay, and then we're gonna do this. Now this stamp is technically like a berry. It's like a berry wreath. So you could just stamp this in real red or, you know, in like any type of a berry color, you know, Mary Merlot or something like that. I decided to keep it green today. So totally up to you. I mean, it still looks like, you know, still looks like a wreath. All right, and then with this one, I just have to kind of find that spot where we line it up, right? So let's see, I think that's it. All right, let me press down. Slide that up. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. There we go, pretty good. Good enough. Okay, and so here on the original card, I actually, you guys know I did. I heat embossed it in white, and I was in such a rush to get it done that I didn't, it wasn't as clean as it could have been. Now, of course, whenever you have ink on the thing that you're going to die cut, that you're going to heat emboss over, you might want to heat set the ink before you do your embossing buddy. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to hit this with the heat tool real quick, and then we'll go ahead and we'll heat emboss this. I wanted it to look bright, and I just wanted to stamp the sentiment directly onto here. But you could stamp the sentiment, whichever one you would choose. There, you have options here. We have For Lots of Joy at Christmas, From Our Hearts to Yours, Peace. I used this for the inside of the card. May happy moments and wonderful memories be yours this season. But you could put it in the center of the window and not do the wreath. So totally up to you. Or you could do the wreath higher. And then we have Merry Wishes down here. So this is a really nice, clean, bold font to me because it's all caps, you know. Let me go ahead and do what I said I was going to do. Let's heat set this. The embossing buddy is coming back. We are all pretty pumped. You guys will see it on July 1st. Okay. And then I'm going to use the Versamark ink. I'm using the curved one. So From Our Hearts to Yours. I love that it says our. So those, you know, those are needed sometimes with the Christmas sets. So I love that it says our. And I'm just going to try to follow this curve. I'm going to try not to touch it. Now I can see that the way I stamped this, 2 is not fully visible. So maybe just go a little bit lower. Yeah, I stamped it a little bit high, but we're going to keep going. We're going to keep rolling with it. All right, so I'm just going to set my little wreath over here. I'm going to get out my scrap paper. The whole thing is you just don't want to see dimensionals. You don't want any glue on this lower part of the rectangle or on your garland. All right, and then that's good. And then here we're going to do our bow and our wreath. So I'm going to pop the wreath up. I'll probably use 4. For the sentiment. I think Mossy Meadow would be pretty too. Or, you know, basic black, whatever you have. Or Memento. I should probably say Memento black. That's the black that we sell. Black ink. All right, so I'm just going to go right in the center with that. And then here are my 2 little trees. And there is a coordinating die cut for these trees, the individual and the duo. Just going to go right down in the corner here. And then what I do to set this down, I'll just show you. I'm going to just do the edges here. All right, so you want to take the side that has the stamped images on it. I'm lining it up with my rectangle. Just going to hold onto it with my fingers until it's hidden behind the rectangle. And then when I start to close it, I can see if it's showing through. And if it isn't, I set it down. And then we have our piece transferred. It'll be hidden behind the panel. And I'm just gonna set that down. And again, we have that, you know, luckily with gingham, we have the lines that we can like line, you know, things up with if we need to, which is very convenient. Okay, and then if you would, you know, would be tempted to put designer series paper on the inside panel too, you could do that. Or if you would want to have an extra panel to write, you could do that. If you would want to turn this into a pocket and put a gift card up there, you could do that too. So just depending on what you need your cards for that season. Now let's go ahead and do some embellishments. There are options for this. These are called the festive pearls. You can see there's gold, silver, like a really soft blue, and then this red. So I'm going to use the real pearls tonight, but one thing that I haven't tried yet that I just can't wait to try are these. So these are called pearlized enamel effects. So we have it in this like beautiful shimmery white, have it in real red. So cool. And we also have it in black. So it's like it looks grayish. I'll have to see what these look like when you actually squeeze them out. I haven't played with this yet, but this is another option to decorate up all of your wreaths and garlands and everything this holiday season. I'll definitely be using those. So I'm going to just stick with the pearls for now. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool here. So let me go ahead and get that back on. Okay. I went a little crazy with my putty. Pulled off a little. I screwed this so many times. Look, it's coming up now. Because every time I put that back in, I always turn it and I shouldn't. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a couple of these. This is called Gingham Cottage 12 by 12. I always recommend that you keep the back because it tells you all of the coordinating colors. So helpful when you're making cards or you know, if you do your own card bases. I love, love, love this. And you can see we have that variation of the larger and the smaller check. Buffalo, no, I'm saying buffalo check. I should be saying gingham, right? Okay, look at this. I mean, I know everybody's immediately looking at that and thinking Easter or summer. That's what this card was made with. I was already into the real red piece because we're going to be using a lot of it. Okay. All right, for this one, neutrals. Look at this one. Look at Blushing Bride. So many different. I mean, if you like pink, you know what I mean? I don't even need to list what you guys would use this for. You know what you would do with it. Love this. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. This one looks like almost grungy. Okay. For some reason, this must be a slightly different pattern than some of the other ones, or maybe it's just reading differently to my eye because it's in white. Friends, if you guys like Halloween the way I do, this is so cool. But the good thing about this paper is if you don't like Halloween, you have this side and you can do so many other things with it. I know that Halloween is not everybody's cup of tea. Look at that. Look at how soft and beautiful that is. There is not an inch of this paper that we're not going to use. This is going to be one of those ones that we use it all. I love this. I love that. That is so fabulous, especially anybody who's into the farmhouse, modern farmhouse, any of that kind of stuff. You're going to absolutely love that paper, right? So this is garden green, I believe is the coordinating color, or the color of this particular piece. And like I said, I've already put this to use. This one's cool. Look at that. Again, if you guys like Halloween, there it is. And if not, you could use this for something else. Another one that I got, of course, because I'm working on this in a class for July, but this is the Cottage Wreaths bundle. So here we have the Cottage Wreaths. And again, the reason that I chose to work with these in July is because they're multi-season. They're multifunctional. You could do winter. You could do every day. You can do fall. You could do Christmas. And you could do Halloween. Look at that. Wow. How many dies are in here? 22. 22 dies in this set. Look at those wreaths. So we have independent wreaths. These pieces that are large, chunky silver, those are independent pieces. So they're going to cut their own wreaths. You don't need a stamp for them. All right, we have the Real Red and Garden Green ribbon combo pack. These are 3/8 of an inch each. So let me see if I can open these. Check these out. I specifically wanted this ribbon to go with my wreaths because I will do real ribbons on some of them. But isn't that nice? Threaded twine. So this is actually, it has pops of silver in it. Let me just show this to you. There's a lot here. 10 yards. And then I have a few celebration items to show you. So for celebration, that also begins on July 1st. And again, we can't open the brochure yet, but we can show you what we get. So I believe this is with a $50. If you spend either $50 or $100, you qualify for different rewards, and you can choose, you know, which one you want in the brochure. These are the Pool Party and Soft Seafoam cards and envelopes. There are 40 of them. And I think by 40, that means 20 and 20, like 20 cards and 20 envelopes. Okay, so here, can you guys see the detail on that? Okay, so if you guys follow my alternate paper pumpkin videos, I think you all know I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut one of these up because I'm so used to doing that with the paper pumpkin alternates. But just know, if you really love this pattern and you want to use it in a card, cut up an envelope. No big deal. If you want to keep them, you know, to just mail out your cards, keep it nice and simple, you could do that too. So it looks like they're all the same, where the outside is soft seafoam. The inside is, did I say Pool Party, I think? Pool Party And this, I'm not going to count them all right in front of you, but that sure looks like 20. And then this is the silver and gold 6x6 specialty paper. This is also a SALE-A-BRATION paper. Okay, so these are single-sided, which is nice because we have the gold foil and the silver foil. And hopefully you guys can see that shine there. So we have a combination of lines and dots in the silver and in the gold. This is called Rings of Love. This is a 12x12 designer series paper pack. This is a reward. This is a SALE-A-BRATION reward. There are 12 sheets in this, and I believe this paper matches or coordinates with a product either in the SALE-A-BRATION brochure or in the catalog. I would have to look at it to tell you guys, but I can't look at it while we're on camera. Woo! Love. I like the floral piece too. Unusual color combo. That's what I'll say about this. It's pretty. I would never think to put those colors together. Love. Anybody who loves fall will love that paper. Oh my gosh. Can you just see that with the gingham paper? This is fabulous. Look at that. Oh, I can hear Connor. The boys are home. Okay, look at that paper. Look at how that frames that in. You have a whole scene for your window die right with this paper. Don't need to stamp a single thing. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it. Look, that is a gigantic medallion. Do I have my ruler around here? I want to say that that's like 3 inches, maybe more. If anybody's getting the gnomes, you need that. This is even more fabulous. Love, love, love nature themes. It's not too late to ask me for a catalog if you need one. Just direct message me or email me. If you have any questions about the paper share, there's 4 days left. Just let me know if you're interested in that. Same thing. You could DM me or email me. I'm going to be going live on July 1st. On Friday, July 1st at 7:30 p.m. for the catalog launch party. I'll also have more information about my cottage wreaths class on July 1st. So I will see you guys then. All right. Have a great night. Bye-bye.